Hi guys, welcome to the Grey Area. I know it's been a while since I was with you guys. It's great to be back. I have not posted an episode in quite a while, the reason being that I was taking my exams. And following that, I thought hey, perhaps I should talk about exams. And in this particular episode, we talk about how to prepare for exams. And I'm not talking about how to study for exams, but really just preparing. What else do you need to do over and above studying so that you're ready for the exams and you optimize yourself to make sure that you actually perform well in your exams. So I actually have only four things that you require, or my suggestions to you for preparing for exams. The first one is get adequate sleep. Now, it is common practice that during exams, students and anyone really taking exams, they would like to run the midnight oil. But one saying I have often heard is that nothing good happens after 11 p.m. It is advisable that you get good sleep so that your brain is well and active, your brain is well rested, so that you can actually write out or be able to remember each and everything that you have studied during the entire period of the entire teaching period before the exams. Whatever you study while burning the midnight oil is less important than the rest you require. I know that might be scary during the time when you're studying for the exams, but believe me that the chances are, because of inadequate rest, you will likely not remember what you had studied during the day, and therefore it ends up being counterproductive. So make sure that you get at least 6 hours of study, 3 or 4 of which should be deep sleep. And there are all sorts of research that have been done according to this, things to do with REM sleep and non-REM sleep, and making sure that the repercussions of inadequate rest and the advantages of getting adequate rest. You can always check that out in the internet, and maybe in the future I'll talk about sleep. The second thing is make sure that you actually eat right. What do I mean by eat right? My suggestion is that have light meals. You can have many light meals, but have light meals so that one, you don't get overly full and end up being uncomfortable. You get things like reflux and gastritis as a result of actually overfeeding or eating too much. To make sure that you eat the right kinds of food. Avoid junk food at all costs, and I know people call it comfort food during stressful situations, but junk food actually has been shown to make your body feel sicker and actually tired after having the meal. You have a quick rush of sugar, and after the sugar is gotten rid from your body, then you have a quick dip from the sugar high. What you want is something that is able to sustain your blood sugars for a longer period of time. So my suggestions would be things like fruits do very well. You can have small bits of fruits. Of course, as I speak of fruits, be cautious with the kind of fruits that contain a lot of acid, and that will include things like oranges that might trigger your reflux or gastritis. And then I would suggest nuts or things like granola and muesli. Those are actually very efficient. They pack a lot of energy in small quantities. So personally, I have a preference for having granola for breakfast on the days that I have exams, that mixed with yogurt. Of course, for those who are lactose intolerant, perhaps you need to look for an alternative. And then the other suggestion would be salads. Salads are actually also really good. Again, with salads, you have to be cautious. You should know which are the kinds of vegetables that will trigger your reflux or gastritis for that matter. The third thing is exercise. Now, exercise has two advantages. One, it gives you a good break from your studying schedule. And the second thing is that exercise gets the endorphins going, the good hormones, or rather the feel-good hormones. So it gets your endorphins going, and that ends up giving you morale and gives you confidence also as you face the exams. It is also shown that exercise enhances brain activity, so therefore you are able to increase your blood supply to the brain, and as a result your brain is able to work or function better for the examinations. The fourth and the final thing, and for me personally, the most important thing, is pray. I've learned that there are situations where you can study for everything, and then perhaps leave out a topic or two that you haven't studied, and those two topics are the only ones that are tested. And I've had scenarios where people have only studied like 2 or 3 topics, and those 2 or 3 topics make the bulk of the examination. That is my only spiritual belief. That's once you have done the hard work, then the rest you employ God to take you over the hump or take you the extra distance. The other thing about praying or meditating is that it calms you down. It takes away your anxiety and just make sure that you are in a calm space and you're able to face the exam with confidence. I have recently employed these 4 tactics in the last month or so when I was facing exams, and I can tell you that they have been really effective and very helpful to me. I hope that as you try these tactics out, you will make them part of your regular schedule in preparing for exams. Thank you for watching this video. I have a couple of other videos that you might find interesting, and attach them on the screen somewhere. And feel free to watch them, give comments, and always tune into the gray area. Thank you for joining me. See you in the next video.